Okay, sorry Laura, I didn't know that I had the waiting room enabled. I will remember to disable that. All right, let's start. Get myself up. Let's start with a step and a tap from side to side. So, off to the races here. Picking up our feet and being mindful. Because as I was talking to my neighbor, the doctor, he said it's not so much about having porous bones that break, it's about having coordination so that you don't fall down. And that's always been our objective, to keep from tipping over. All right, push the arms out from side to side. And then hold the feet apart, and if you can, reach up a little bit, or up a little bit higher. Lifting your ribs up off your hips. Then bringing the arms across the body for those who don't have some back concerns, or just out in front if that's a little better for you. And then we'll drop the arms down. Tap your foot behind you, or if you can, across. Bend your elbows. Stand nice and tall. Bring the heel behind you up. So standing tall, lubricating our knees, our joints, just kind of getting everything warmed up here. Keep the feet, but tap the arms down. Like you're tapping down. Okay, hold on, I gotta let someone else in. So we're warming up. Have your water, have your weights. Tap behind you. This is where you get to squeeze your derriere, your southern cheeks, your backside. So each time the leg goes back, slightly lean forward, it'll help slow this down. So I'm setting my pattern for a reverse lunge. I'm turning sideways so that you know when my foot goes back, I don't drop the heel. I haven't really warmed up into my ankles yet. And the front knee doesn't push over the toe. There you go. And you can hold on to something if you need to move over and grab a chair or wall. So we'll go a little bit wider as we create some opening in our hips. And stay nice and tall. So I'm going back a little further into my reverse lunges. Next time, leave your right foot back. And you're going to drop the heel and reach forward. Here's what's happening. Now I'm bringing a little energy into my ankles. You might find this is a little balance challenge, so bend that front knee. Keep the arms below your head. Bend the back knee so as it comes up, bend it. Bend it. Bend it. Put your hands on your side. Push your hips under. It'll tilt your pelvis up. Good. Try not to lean back. And again, if this one makes you feel a little wobbly, go hold on to something. All right, now lean that hip forward. Maybe bend the front knee a little more. Lift up your sternum and feel the opening at the front of the back leg. Some of you might want to lean in toward that bent leg. You don't have to do this if this gives you enough. And lean forward, step the back foot up, other foot back. Drop the heel, reach, and lower. Do you notice my feet are parallel, that back foot is not turning out? So make sure your feet are parallel. Working through that ankle. Bend your arms. Bend your knee. Put your hands on your hips. Pull in the belly and drop that tailbone. So this also may stretch your back a little bit. One more as you hold the hip forward, balance a little, lift up the chest, feel this area, and then for those who like this feeling, go ahead and lean over a little and breathe. So if I had a chair or a wall nearby, that might be helpful as well. Returning, step the back foot up and feet slightly apart. Bend both knees, push the hips out. Take the top shoulder and pull it back a little bit. Maybe slide down your legs and maybe reach up. So if that bothers your shoulder, just try and align the shoulders properly. Adding the arm up is just a bonus. Everybody likes a bonus. As I come back center, bending both my knees, shifting my hips out, sliding down my legs, top shoulder back. So this might be good enough, but you might want a little bit more. As I'm reaching up, feels good to the hips a little. As I come up, I'll go to my hamstring stretch. So for some people, elevating the leg is appropriate, but I don't recommend it if balance is not quite great. So look at this fair option. Hips back, chest up. Feel that you're pulling your tailbone up and keeping that extended leg straight. And rather than leaning on that thigh, share your weight on one on each leg. Oh, belly in, she said to herself out loud. Roll yourself up and switch the legs so the other toe is up, the hips go back, or elevate it. I used to do it on my fireplace at home. I don't have a fireplace here. The neighbors do, but I don't. Tighten your belly, roll yourself up. Okay, a little more for those shoulders. A little roll of the shoulder, a little adding of the elbow. For those who have full range of motion, just watch out you're not smacking the wall or a piece of furniture. None of that's supposed to happen here. All right, kick your right foot and your left foot. Let's get started. You just keep kicking your feet, and I'm going to just check in with, looks like everybody got into the class. Okay, hi Betty. So we're going to just kick the right and left foot. There we go. So this will be a familiar pattern. We use each one of the planes, the frontal, the sagittal, anyway. Kick to your side, sweep those arms. So I'm setting this grounded. Once we move through it a few times, you'll see me kind of jump around like an old aerobics person, which I am. Now I'm going to kick back and push my arms back. So you'll find the arms mostly mimic the legs. So the chest is open, the arms push back as I kick my foot back. And then the last one is back to the side, but the arm pattern is open and closed. So the elbows are up, the body is up, and we'll do 4 of each one of these. So let's go back to the beginning. 4, your arms can be forward or up. Side, they sweep. Back, you push. Side kick, clap your hands. Kick forward, arms up or in front. Side, we sweep. Push back, kick back. Side kick and clap. This is familiar. Kick forward. So I'm getting a little springy. Side kick. Back kick with a push. Side kick and clap. A couple more times. Let's do right leg kick. And side. Eventually I'll cut this down. So get the pattern in order. Side kick and clap. One more time, goes like this. Forward 4. Sideways 4. Backways 4. Side kick and clap. Okay, here's part 2. Let's get through the options. Feet apart, it's a squat. Arms out. So maybe that's all you want to do. You see how your knees, your back are feeling. However, for those who can do a little more, you reach for the floor, one hand, then the other. So right now we're just working on our form. Hips are back, back is up, belly is in, Gonna push your heart rate, isn't it? If you don't need to brace with one hand, take both hands down and reach. Or one hand forward, one hand back. So there are some variations you can pick from. Last two, last one, march right, left. Did that pump your heart rate up? It was supposed to. The bridge between the kicking forward and the squats is a push off to the right, a push off to the left. So here I go, step over, 4. Back the other way, 4. See how much space you have here. So I'm just stepping small, and I'm doing it grounded. So it's a step, not a leap. I will turn it into a leap, where it looks like this, leap to the leg, other way. So whichever direction I'm going, that's going to be my lead arm up. So I said this is the bridge step. That means I do this one time to the right, drop down and touch the floor a couple of times, then same thing to the left. Let's do that now. Here's your squat, reach down, other side, push off. Not too bad. Reach down, other side, push off. Feet apart, hips back. There's an option for you. Left side. Here's your other option. To the right. Here's an option with one hand down. To the left. So whichever arm is pushing, that's going to be my drop arm. Kick forward, right, left. Woo! That's the whole pattern. The kicking pattern, the pushing pattern, and the squat. Now you got it. Let's practice it. You can stay grounded. Forward kick. Side kick. Back kick. Side kick and clap your hands. Push to your right 4 times. Drop down. Again. To your left. I'm going to throw you a curve. Drop down. You're going to kick with your left foot first. Left foot kicks. And then side with your left. Back kick with a push. Side kick and a clap. Push off to your left 4 times. Drop down. Again. To your right. Push off. Drop down. We're back on the right leg. Kick forward. Side kick. Back kick. Push. Breathe. Side kick with a clap. Off to the right 4. Drop down 2 times. Off to the left 4. Drop down. Kick, left foot. Side kick. And it's back. Side kick, then clap, breathe. Off to the left with your left foot, stepping out. Dropping down 2 times. To your right, go. Dropping down. One more time, right leg, left leg, kick forward. Woo! Side. Pushing back, we can do it. We're gonna get water after this next go round. Side kick and clap. Off to your right, we go. Drop down twice. Off to your left. Drop down twice. So use your left foot Kick forward, 4. Sideways. Back ways. Stand tall. Side kick and clap, 4. Push off left, we go. Drop down, head up. To your right, 4 times. Drop down. And hold it here. Let's get a little bit of water, keep moving around. Should feel that you're efforting. Big E for effort. So I'm going to cut this down. We're going to be doing 2 of everything, except for the squats. You'll do 2, 1 squat, 2, and 1 squat. And it does alternate from side to side. So if I don't mess it up, we'll be good to go. Right leg just kicking. Ready or not, here we go. 2 kick forward, side kick, back kick, side again with a clap. 2 push off, drop down once, off to your left. Drop down once, use your left leg. We kick 2, side, back, side with a clap, push 2 left, 1 drop down, off to the right, 1 drop down, back to your right leg, kick 2, side, back, side, push 2 right, drop down, off to your left, drop down, left leg starts, kick forward, side, back, side clap, 2 push left, drop down, off to the right, drop down, right foot kick forward, 2, side, back, side with a clap, 2 right, squat, 2 left, squat, kick left foot, sideways, back ways, side kick and clap, 2 push. Now remember the squat has options, so you do the one that seems appropriate for you. Right leg, here we go. Side, back ways, side kick, push 2, drop down, other way, drop down, left foot, side, back, side kick, then a clap, 2 push, drop, 2 push, drop, and right, side, back, with a kick and a clap, 2 right, get down, 2 left, get down, left foot kicks, come on, up, and back, side, breathe, push 2, drop down, push 2, drop down, last time right, left, here we go, back up, side, push 2 right, squat, 2 left, squat, left foot kicks, this is it gang, back, side kick with a clap, push 2, drop down, try hard, hup, drop down, walk it around, clear your brain, new pattern but not very much challenge. It's a mambo. So right foot forward, right foot back. Left foot is stationary. It can come up, it just doesn't go anywhere. Step on your heel. Maybe feel your heart rate start to come down a little. Now we do the side mambo and cross back. Again, you can leave that left foot grounded or you can pick it up. It's going to make it a little more challenging. 2 more. Now I'm going to step over to the right and do mambo with the left. Don't worry if you didn't get that transition, it's okay, we'll come around again. See, I'm stepping down as if going down the staircase. Step side, cross back. Still called mambo. You can pick up the feet. Now step over to your left and go back to the mambo in front, and we'll add the third mambo. What? There's a third mambo? Yes, there certainly is. Side mambo back. So the third mambo is step side but cross in front. Watch your knees on this one. Here it comes. Step out, cross in front. So my body doesn't turn. My body stays straight on. I cross over using my adductors. You'll find more challenge if you pick up the back foot, but of course you can leave it down. Hold it still, step together, left foot forward mambo. There goes my heart rate up again. And now the side mambo, crossing behind. Let's try the side where we cross in front. Here it is. Up, down. So if I didn't move this foot, it would just be open, cross, hit the heel. If I wanted to truly mambo, challenge myself, stay stepped out, right foot forward. Now some arms, but you can always make up your own because I'm sure you're more creative. Side mambo back. Oh, instead of the side, I put them over my head. Side cross in front. Side cross in front. Step out to your right, stop right here, do the mambo left foot. Twice more. Side mambo, cross back. Arms can go higher. Side mambo and cross front. Side mambo front. Step out and hold it. Let's go back to the right. Now you know what you're doing? Have a little fun with it. Side mambo and cross back. Arms can go out or up for a little more intensity. One more. Side we cross in front. Watch your knees. Last 2. Step out to the side, hold it here. Mambo left. And you're breathing. Side mambo, back cross. So the arms can be moderate or a little more intense. Side cross in front. We're going to be done with this. I'm going to step side and hold. Walk forward 3. Kick low. Push back. Take a right turn. Walk forward 3. Now you won't see me and I won't see you. Turn to your right, back to me. Now turn to your right. You can look over your shoulder. We should be going this way. One more turn. We're all facing one another again. Hi, welcome back. How was the tour? Okay, easy step touch. Kind of like we began our workout today. Take a time to just notice how you're feeling. Ooh, I'm a little glowing, yes. So nothing should hurt, and as we cool down, we're going to go to the lightest weights, and if you have no weights, that's okay. You can always just use the arms that you were given at birth. All right, so get your light weights. Do you notice I did that good squat when I went to pick up my weights? Oh, you didn't? You were getting your weights? Okay, I'll show you. Look at that good squat. Hey. Because when you're loading, especially if you're working in the garden, you want all that support from your core and not bend in the back. So these are 3-pound weights, and if you had none, that would be fine. So I'm going to start with the elbows bent. This one's for our shoulder. This is the modification. When we're done with this one, I'll show you the full lateral raise. Now, if you feel you need to take a seat, go ahead and take a seat. I'm gonna stay standing. My feet are gonna be apart with my knees bent for this first one. Gives me a little more stability. Shoulders are down, light touch. So you remember the rules. When you have heavier weights, you do fewer repetitions. Like Tuesday, we were doing 10s and 5s, so I had my big 10-pound weights. When you have lighter weights, it's higher repetitions. And when my elbows come in, I'm kind of squeezing them into my body. I'm going to move the feet together, keep the knees bent. Now you can keep doing this one or lower your arms and do traditional lateral raise. Check the shoulders are not hiking up. Keep them anchored. Good, and breathe. Good, nice form. So I'm going to add some legs to this. We'll go back and do the bent elbow one first. Step your feet apart, bend the elbow. So I'm going to bring one heel up to my bum, then the other heel. So if it's better for you to lean a little forward, you can. I want you to notice the core work that we've just added, as well as that hamstring. And you breathe. That knee, heel to your bum, elbow side. Now if you want to do the full arm, you also do a full leg. So here's my lateral raise, hip going back. Here's hip going back with my elbows bent. So pick the one that's best for you. We're going at this a while. Breathe. And if you didn't have any weights, we're going to get you there to feel it too. Last two, and you rest. Yeah, so you should feel a little bit in your shoulders, a little bit from balance. So I'm going to grab my heavier weights because I'm going to do a little for the bicep, and generally we can do heavier weights. But if that's not great for you, you can keep what you have. All right, so my hammerhead grip and my frontal grip. So I scoot it up so you can see. Doesn't matter to me which one. The only thing that matters is you ain't swinging it. Don't be doing that. I will climb through the iPad and tell you, stop, stop, stop. My knees are a little bent. All right, pause. Now, option is to lift your knees up in front as you do your bicep curls. If you want to take it a little bit more, instead of doing both arms up, you could do opposite arm. Body is made to do that. So either one, with or without weights. Here we go. Stand tall, pull your belly in. Set that foot down, don't let it fall down. Control yourself. Here's the other option I suggested. So build a little stamina. This one gives you a little break if two arms became too much. So you do what you can. Four more, por favor. And you can set your weights down just for a moment. We're going to pick up either pair, heavy or light. Oh, my arms feel so light. And we're going to go to the triceps. So you're going to get a nice little stretch in those biceps. So this will be this. And then what will be the leg? A lateral step. Let me show you from the side. When I do the lateral, I'm going forward, but my knee is not. And my weight is back here, and it's going to help you keep good form, having those weights go back. Remember, with the tricep kickback, I don't really aspire to a high lift of my hand. I just want them to straighten. And let's just say you didn't want to use any weight. Well, we do this all the time. I relax the hands and just make sure my elbow is squeezing. So load up if you're going to load. We'll just start without the legs. Hands at your pockets. Knees are bent. A little lean forward. Why? Gravity. Okay, don't over squeeze your weights. Here we go. Kick back. That's it. That's all it is. Squeeze the elbows straight. Chest is open. Belly is in. Almost feel mechanical, stopping here and stopping here, rather than swinging it through. It's not bad if you bring your arms forward. I just don't see the need. Now relax the neck and shoulders. Here's my only issue with using weights for the kickback, is after a while, those elevators pull up and they go, let me help you. You go, no. Last two. Okay, give a little break. So here's the reminder. The second one is a lateral lunge. And it's not that far leaning forward. However, if you feel you want to go further forward, you certainly can. Make sure your knees are going over your toes. Ooh, a little sweat right down my back. Cheek thrills. Here we go, to the right. So you're going to see me start moderately. And as I feel I've got good form, I might increase that lateral lunge. I step into a bent knee, and my other leg remains straight. Breathe. Once you start introducing the lower body big muscles, heart rate may push up a little bit, so keep that breath supporting the work. Remember, we're building stamina, so if you were doing this and said, you know, these weights are really hurting my shoulder, you could put the weights down anytime and do squeeze the elbows. I think 4 more. Doesn't matter which side you're on. And rest. Walk around if you need to. If you're walking around, should we get a sip of water? What do you think? It might be a good idea. Okay. Over the head shoulder press. This one can be problematic, so watch your options. Here, here. So I don't have any weights. This might be just good because I've got some issues in my shoulders. If you cannot go here, do the best you can to get there. And keep those shoulders relaxed. Now I'm going to put light weights in my hands. First set will just be this. Second set, I'm going to pull that knee up. So the arms are here, I pull the knee up. I believe we did this on Tuesday, so it shouldn't be too far out of your memory banks. So I'm taking my light weights, or no weights, and we do what we can for as long as we can. So zip your zipper. I'm going to face sideways. I think it's easier for you to see me, but you can face forward. So place the hands at your shoulders and practice shoulder press, our functional shoulder press. Relax your neck and shoulders. Switch your legs. I'm just going to change my legs, but keep the pattern of my arms going. I'll pause for a moment. I'll assess. Assess means how are you feeling in your neck and shoulders. Might be appropriate to drop the weights. Might be appropriate to use them. So on to that second variation. Let me show you again. When the arms are up, your feet are grounded. Your knee comes up when the weights come down to your shoulders. So you have a little more stability here than if you would lifting up like this. I'll do it so you can figure it out. If you don't want to do the knee lift, keep working on your shoulders. That's the primary objective here. So I push. And switch legs. Push up, pull the knee. Huh. Did you get it? And rest. Good work. Put the weights down. All right, we're going to go inner thigh without any tools, without any resistance. This is where I sometimes take my long pillow and do my old Suzanne Somers Thigh Master. But there's another way to work these muscles, and we have done this before. For those of you on carpet, you're going to get extra work. So here's what you want to do to tend to the knee. You step to one side, the entire foot drags over. Don't lift your heel, don't lift your toe. Drag over. I step into a bent knee, I drag the foot over. Hips are back. So you're grounding into the foot. Now, if you find that that bothers your knee, here's your workaround. Turn the heel in, step, drag your heel in, step, drag your heel in. Now I'm going to use the arms to mimic the legs. Might help you with your balance as well. Everybody got it? We'll go to the right side. Keep your foot down full. Here I go, right and left. Squeeze your tush together. Step and squeeze. Step and squeeze. So you might hear my shoe rubbing against the tile. If your shoes are a little bumpy, it may kind of curve in on the instep of the foot. You might be better off with that heel lead first. Again, we're using bigger muscles, so if you start noticing you're getting a little breathless, not unexpected, step, squeeze. So you make something out of nothing. This doesn't look like much, right? But I promise you, if I put my weight on your trailing leg and push down on your foot, that'd make it a lot harder for you to pull the foot over. What's happening behind? Squeeze that tush. Squeeze your inner thighs. Step, drag it over. You may feel your abdominals begin to recruit. So blow and help yourself out. Couple more, and I'm going to take the speed up a little faster. If you need to go slower, that's fine. I'm going to go a little faster. Wipe your feet, wipe your feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk around, come back, we'll stretch those muscles. Don't need a chair. You just move your hips out and lift up the toe until you, and lean back, don't lean forward. Feel this. And the other side, of course. All right, time to bring the chair out if you don't have it already. Oh, this is going to be a heavy chair. I have all my weights on my chair. Okay. So I don't want to sit on these, so we'll offload them in a safe way. And you sit, you don't plop into your chair. I'm going to sit into the back of the chair and give a little focus to the quads. How many muscles are in the quads? Duh. Who's buried in grands too? Duh. All right, so there's a couple ways to do this. If your feet are not on the floor, maybe take your weights, a book, a box or something, They really should be on the floor for this one. You're just going to work one leg at a time. Feel free to hold the side of the chair so you're not slouching forward. You're sitting nice and tall into the back of the chair. So I'm straightening my leg. You'll see the bottom of my shoe. I can keep my thigh rested on the chair seat, or I can lift it. And we'll go through a couple of patterns. We have done this in the past. Knowing there are 4 muscles there, each one of the exercises we do kind of focuses more on one than another, even though they all work together, thank goodness. The medial collateral, which is important for the vastus medialis, is an important one for if you have knee pain. All of these are good for knee strength, but the one on the inner thigh kind of helps women in particular because of our hip distance relative to our knees. So, all that said, sit nice and tall, tucking your belly, and let's begin with the right leg. So my foot comes down and touches the floor. I know you can't see it when it goes all the way down, but that's what's happening. And it's the squeezing of the knee straight. Now, I'm not asking for you to ever be in pain, so any modifications or if you need to pause and take a break is understood. Now, don't let your foot go all the way down. You squeeze it and just release it a little. So you see my foot now the whole time. And when I look at my knee, because I'm wearing tight tights today, I can see my kneecap flatten. So I straighten the leg, soften the knee, straighten the leg, soften the knee. I'm going to keep this pattern of what I'm doing now, but I'm going to turn the toe outward. Knee is bent. Straighten the leg, bend the knee. This is that vastus medialis dominance that I talked about. If you were to take a hand and lay it right inside, you'll feel those muscles contracting for you. Might be a fun thing to know what you're doing. Sit tall. Now bring it back straight again. Not going all the way down to the floor. This next one I find quite challenging for me. So I'm going to turn the toe in. My knee is bent, ouch, straighten, and bend. So vastus lateralis. Oh yeah. This is good for me, I'm saying to myself. This is good for me. So it's squeezing your thigh, knee will flatten, toe is rotated inward. Sit tall. Now I'm going to point the toe upward and finish the last one. And our very last one, you keep the leg straight and you lift and lower it as low as it goes. Lift it, keep it straight. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Flatten your kneecap. Engage your core. And let's call it a day and set that foot down. Whew. Notice how your body's trying to get back to its usual pattern. Keep everything engaged. Let's start left leg. This is the one where it comes back down to the floor. Straightening and bending. So even though this is very simple, there's a lot to be thinking about. How are you holding your body? Now don't let it come all the way to the floor. So it's just a little bend, a big straightening. Straighten. And remember, the lighter the leg is on the chair seat, the more you engage the quads. So you look at that knee, or you can feel it. So it kind of goes flat and it'll bump up. Let's do the toe in this time. Let's get that one done right away. So turn your toe in, up, straighten, and bend. So you see I'm kind of making a diagonal, but my knee is still straightening. I find this to be a challenge. I'm shaking a little bit, but nothing hurts. Might still be breathing. Okay, toes straight up and down. Don't let it touch the floor. All right, let's finish with that leg out to the side. Turn the knee out. belly in, she said to herself, just as a reminder. So you feel that whole inner thigh help out the knees as it rotates out. Okay, back straight ahead. Now this is the one where we're going to keep it straight, and we'll go about 8 times. So straight 1, 2, 3, 4, control, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's call it good and go to a quad stretch. Now there's 2 ways to do it. Taller people are better doing it standing. If you're shorter and your chair is of appropriate height, you're welcome to just swing your leg over, careful of your weight, and sit sideways with your knee dropped down and your leg back. Hold on to the chair, lift up your chest and lean back. That should feel satisfactory. However, that's not the only way to do it. You can exit the chair again safely, very much like we did when we began. Back knee is bent a little. Lift up your chest and lean back as far as you need to activate the quad stretch. Now, there is a third option that everyone can grab the foot and hold it here. So you can, if you can, do this. You're also welcome to do this, or as I said, the seated version for those who can. So what is your objective? To really open the front of your upper thigh. Mindful transition. If you're seated, lean forward, drag the leg up and swing around to the other side. If you're standing, just switch legs. So the one seated, really watch your knee, that knee doesn't veer out. That's sometimes problematic. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Or, here. Okay, time for a little core. Watch your toes as you come back to the chair. So sit with your legs wide. So obliques, internal, external obliques. There's a pair on each side. They're responsible for turning us and laterally leaning. That said, could be an issue for your back. So let me give you the option of not twisting. And so what will happen is you'll tighten through your belly and you'll reach to the floor with 1 or 2 hands, because this is your core work. The body is the weight. As my hand goes down or 2 hands go down, I'm pulling in and I'm kind of rounded. Gosh, this is like gardening, right? And then as I come back up, I'll release my hands and let my elbows pull back. So you could, on the second one, pull in your belly, reach for the floor with 1 or 2 hands, and as you come up, you kind of arch that back and expand your chest. For those who can do the rotation, very similar. I pull in through the belly, rotate out toward my foot. Let me scoot back a little bit because I do want you to see where I'm going with this. I'm reaching for this foot and then coming up. Let me go close to this side. So they've got a machine out here. They're working outside my patio, so it was quiet here for a while. All right, so here's this one. Now this one lends support to the back, so I have a hand, and I'm going to go down here, and when I come up, I'll pull just 1 elbow back. So do you see this diagonal line? Let me emphasize again the importance of tightening through your belly as you make that rotation down. And then as you come back up, expanding and drawing the elbow back. So good stuff. We'll do several on one side. We'll go several to the other side. If you're doing both hands in front, you just keep doing both hands. Even when I say to switch, there's nothing for you to switch. I'm going to vacillate between doing the different ones just so you have a visual on it. Okay, so it's all about the core. Remember, when your body goes forward, that means this whole corset around you has to keep you from falling forward. So it's your back muscles and your front muscles, and in this case, rotation, your oblique muscles. Shall we do this? Okay, I'm going to start with my rotation one. So I rotate over, and I pull up, and stay on your same side if you're doing one side. And here's the forward one. pulling in your belly. As you go forward, it's always pulling your navel. And when you come up, arch your back. You could do 2 arms if you wanted. If you're reaching with 2 hands, you'll probably get both arms. So staying with that endurance sensation, just repeating over and over. If you're not using good form, you're just repeating bad form. That can't be good for us. So really execute what you're doing mindfully. So if I don't need my arm, I can hide it behind my back, putting a little more onus on my core. Yes? All right, everybody do 2 more of what you're doing, and for those of us doing 1 arm, you're gonna switch to the other arm. So that could be supported, pull in your belly, pull up your chest, tighten in through your core. That could be hiding the hand and pulling up, breathing as you go. For those that are doing the forward motion, you could just stay with 1 arm, giving support to your back. And then the 2-arm version is round and extend, tighten through your belly. That rounded is not a big rounded, it's just a slight curve, so be true to what's going on in your spine. As you come up, over you go, up you go. Nice. And pay attention to how your body is responding to this pattern. Are there some little parts there? Maybe you don't go so far. So use the options available to you today. That can change from day to day. 4 more of whichever variation you're doing. You've got 2 more. Tighten your belly when you go over. And you're up. Okay. So let's bring those legs together. Option 1, hands at your forehead, just touching your forehead. Again, pulling in through the belly and lifting a knee. You see, I don't even have to touch my elbows to my knee. If you have issues in your back, this is a good, just tighten your belly. You're getting gravitational resistance, so it's a little bit of an effort. For those who say, I would like the rotation one, I go, okay, so both elbows move toward the opposite leg. Opposite leg. Don't do the same leg, same side. Go opposite so you get that rotation. So just do a bunch of those. For those of you who say, I could do any of those, so which one should I do? Mix and match, because you could. All right, I'll be mixing and matching just to show you. It's all about your belly button pulling in. So hands at forehead. Some of you might want the hands up on the crown of the head, depending on your shoulders, or at your shoulders. All right, here we go. You hear my breathing? I'm blowing really hard because the harder I breathe, the more recruitment of transversus abdominis. You've heard me say that before. And the muscles that go across your body, lending more support to that core. Nothing should be painful as you're doing this. You have to contract and then you have to return. Belly button, belly button, belly button. And pause. Find the backs of your chair. If you're using a stool and you don't have back of the chair, grab your hands and then lift up nice and tall. This is best ever, right? So I'm stretching the biceps. I'm opening and expanding through my chest and stretching the belly. All right, let's go to hamstring stretch. So as you're seated, extend one leg. Keep the hands back. You can hold them together as you go forward. If you prefer, hands on your thigh. Feels good. Well, I'm really glad that you got up and you turned this on, because motion is lotion, as they say. Use it or lose it. And we just have fun. So I'm glad you did this. Hold on, I'm going to make a little change here. So hamstring isometric stretching. And then watch your waist. Wow, that guy rolled way over there, huh? Okay. Feet go apart. Lift up nice and tall. We're gonna laterally lean. So this for those obliques. Now I'm supported, that arm down here on my leg, and I'm not collapsed. You see all my flowers? I'm lucky to have flowers. Ha 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 ha. Lucky to have flowers. So just take that lean over and stretch here. And then we'll go the other side. Take a beat, reach it up, stretch over. So good stretch for the shoulders, good opening for our sides. Now as I bring my feet together, try not to use your hands. Mom was over for dinner last night. When I took her home, I said, do you remember those 3 exercises? One of them is that she gets up and sits down 10 times. Then she does 10 push-ups, and then she stands on one foot holding a counter, and then the other foot. So we do far more than that, so I applaud your effort as we take a breath in and blow it out. And could you finish off that water? Can you believe the weekend is here, the first weekend of March? Tick, 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 time is going so fast. So enjoy the rest of your day. I think it's sunny up at Mercer Island, but wherever you are, make it a good day. And I'll see you Tuesday, right? I'll be taking attendance. Bye.